What's up, people? Dragon Ball Super episode 124 just dropped, but before we talk about that, we got to talk about something that's weighing heavy on my heart. For anyone that thought these may be rumors, it is true that at the end of the Tournament of Power arc in March, Dragon Ball Super will be ending.
One thing I say and always keep.
Unfortunately, it is true, the series will be ending. The way the series has been going has been phenomenal, so it's really crazy that this will be ending in March. Now, part of this interview that I'm about to start reading out is from Seiji Nakazawa from Rocket News 24. This was his interview to Fuji TV, and of course I've got these translations from the one and only Herms98 on Twitter. Seiji Nakazawa says, "Is Dragon Ball ending?" Fuji TV says, "Yes, the series presently on air will end here for now." Really? So it's not just changing to another time slot? At present, it is ending. Beyond that, it's still undecided. That means that the Universe Survival arc will wrap up? That's right. The Universe Survival arc will conclude at the end of March. Will there be a sequel? Currently, it is undecided, so there is nothing I can tell you. But when something is decided, we will put out a press release. So it sounds like it is just ending for now, that it will kind of go on a break. The official Dragon Ball Super Twitter account even tweeting out, "Thanks for always supporting us. The TV series Dragon Ball Super's Universe Survival arc finally reaches its climax at the end of March. So please support us to the end. There's also a movie this December too. The Dragon Ball series will continue on, so look forward to it." So between those two comments, it does sound like that there will be more Dragon Ball to come out, even if it's not Super, maybe coming under a different name, or even Super just taking a break for a short while to do this. Though Herms does shed a little bit of insight into the translation, they literally use the English word series. But typically in announcements and interviews, when they say Dragon Ball series, they mean the franchise as a whole. If they meant Super specifically, they probably would have said Super. So going off that, it does just sound like maybe they're going to start a new series, not Super, so continuing past Super with a different name, or they maybe are not doing it at all. That the continuation of the Dragon Ball franchise will be to the movie, and then from that, we may just have nothing after. Toyotaro even went on to Twitter to say that he can't comment on the situation right now. So at the moment we're kind of stuck. It could be on a hiatus, or it could just be finished for good. Really, all that they've given us is just really vague information, so we know for a fact that it will be stopping, but we don't know if it will continue. So I mean, there is still hope there. I know a lot of us want to see it go past the point of Oob, where Dragon Ball had ended. We want to see Oob growing up, Oob training, what happens with all the other universes, what is Goku and Vegeta doing? Have they both reached Ultra Instinct? Will Vegeta never reach Ultra Instinct? Is that something that only Goku has been able to do? Has he mastered it at the point where he meets Oob? All of these questions, I know a lot of us want answered, so let's just hope that it goes past this point. And for anyone still unsure with all the information that I've just given you, their time slot has also been given away. It was said in the interview. The anime has even already been decided to take over the time slot. The anime taking over is Gegege no Kitano. Going on to this year will be their 50th anniversary, going on to their 6th season of an anime. Now, as a fandom, let's not hate on this anime. There could be various reasons to why this is ending. The Japanese cast of Super is getting older. Maybe they need a bit more rest for their voices. There is a lot of screaming, there's a lot of high intensity in Dragon Ball, we know that. Part of it too could also be the passing of Hiromi Suru. As we know, she was the voice actor for Bulma, as she was a big part of Dragon Ball Super. Now that she's gone, I do remember Toyotaro saying something like he couldn't imagine anyone else playing that role, so maybe that has something to do with it also. Either way, once Dragon Ball Super does end, we still have the manga to continue on with. We haven't had any news on the end of the manga either, whether it will stop after the Universe Survival arc or not, so that's something that we could look forward to. When I know the information for that, I will let you guys know. But check out the manga for any of you that haven't read it. There are even just little small things that make you happy to read this, because it's just different from the anime. One of those things being like Gohan, for example, in this month's issue, instead of wearing his dad's gi, when we first see him back trained with Piccolo, he's wearing Piccolo's gi like he did in the Cell tournament. So things like that are really cool to see. If you haven't checked it out already, make sure you go do it, because it is awesome. But anyway, that is the sad news that I wanted to start off with. So let's get into the review for episode 124. So right from the beginning, just to start off with, we have Goku and Vegeta fighting Jiren again. They do look like they're doing real well. They both throw their big blast, Kamehameha and Final Flash, but it doesn't seem like it did a lot of damage. It definitely did more damage than the first time they did it. Jiren took it head on like a champ and just came back fighting at them. This episode though was mainly about Frieza, Dispo and Gohan, and as I foretold, Gohan was knocked out this episode. But not in vain, he did sacrifice himself to take out Dispo also, so Dispo was taken out. I'm not really sure how I feel about this because I do think that they would have been able to take him out, speed and all, just by themselves. No sacrifice needed, but it did add a cool dynamic to the series. And like I said, Gohan hadn't done anything super fantastic, so self-sacrifice was something that I did think kind of redeemed his character. It's also cool to see that Dispo is not as strong as Gohan and Frieza. You definitely see that. All you see is that Dispo, while being hit, even throwing hits, they weren't very effective on Gohan or Frieza. Though on the flip side of that, Dispo taking the hits from Gohan and Frieza, he didn't take it as well as the other two did. Dispo's speed was definitely a challenge for the both of them though. It was an ingenious plan to make it cage where they could only fight head on. It definitely just goes to show that Gohan is a better martial artist, a better fighter than Dispo is, and he's just a good fighter in general. The only edge that Dispo really had was the speed, and it really, once he took away all his movement, wasn't that effective. Frieza also giving Dispo an ultimatum saying, look, we don't have to fight, I will help you if you resurrect me with the Dragon Balls once I am gone. This does show a lot about Universe 11's character because Dispo said no to him, said that he was evil, that he knows that he's up to something, and I mean, Dispo could have honestly just done the same thing, like said, yep, come on our side, we will resurrect you, and once Frieza died, just went, nah, I'm not doing that. So it does show that they're just righteous, justice-seeking people. But the aura around Dispo did seem kind of weird. The aura around Dispo definitely resembling the aura around Lord Beerus. Frieza even commenting on it, saying that it was a weird energy coming out of him. In next week's episode, we see the same thing happening with Toppo. Toppo is getting out all this energy, which does look different to Lord Beerus, but it does look like God of Destruction Ki. This really makes me wonder that is there something else going on with that Ki? Have they just been training with the God of Destructions and got to a point where getting to their strongest leaks out this God of Destruction Ki? Is this something they've learned while training under the God of Destruction? Or is this something that the God of Destruction has given to them sort of unwillingly so that they don't know that it's happening, but it's what's pushing them over the edge to make them even stronger? It's just something to think about. I mean, they could just be as strong as they are, or it could be Universe 11's sort of plan that even the guys that are fighting don't know about, but it's just their insurance to make sure that they win and we lose. Honestly, I might be making this just way more complicated than it needs to be. It could just be nothing. It could just be their actual aura when they get to their strongest point. Though in next week's episode, man, Toppo's got this weird look in his eye, like he's been taken over almost. These odds can really work in our favor. If 17 and Frieza both work together to keep Toppo occupied, while Goku and Vegeta keep Jiren occupied, we will win this tournament by the amount of people we have on the field. Though with Frieza, there's always something about him. He's always got something planned. There may be something that he does to get us off the ring, disqualified, anything, who knows. We do know that Frieza wants this wish. I'm pretty sure he knows that our universe won't resurrect him back. So in this episode, honestly, it's really tough to say. I don't know what Frieza's going to do, but I do think that we are going to win on points alone. That by the end of the tournament, Jiren does seem like he will win. That Goku and Vegeta are going to tire out, even with Ultra Instinct, even with Vegeta's new form. But it doesn't matter, the time has stopped and we have more people on the field. That is still my endgame theory, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. How is this going to end? How did you feel about Gohan sacrificing himself to be out with Dispo? Do you think that Dispo should have been taken out easily? Let me know. Also, what are your feelings about this series ending? It's been an awesome journey. I am seriously gutted that it's happening. I love the show. The place they've taken it to is amazing, and I've really always wanted to see Oob back. Just to see Oob growing, learning, fighting, taking on Goten. I wanted to see Goten and Trunks grow up. All this kind of stuff I'm gutted about, but who knows? We could still see this series potentially come back, maybe with a different name, maybe after a bit of a hiatus, who knows? What we do know is that we have 6 minutes left in this tournament, so let's use them wisely. If you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you already haven't. There are videos of me doing other things in other places. Click one of the 2 boxes on the screens to find them right now. But as always, people, thank you so much for watching. I honestly really appreciate it. Sorry about the bad news. I understand, Satsumi. Catch you guys next time.